Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I hope you're all super well and welcome back to another video with the Crazy German Man. Today we are transforming a new small wooden chest. So we get straight into it by taking off the hinges and the clasp. Once everything has been removed, we tidy up the desk and make sure we don't lose any of the screws or any of our bits and pieces. We start by painting with a base coat of brown to cover the whole of the exterior. This base coat will prevent any cracks of bare white wood being seen later. And already looking better with just a little bit of brown paint. It looks quite good with just the highlights of the grain. And I painted the inside of the chest in black. And we leave everything to dry. I found a packet of popsicle sticks in the pound shop. These I start to round the edges and uneven the straightness with a knife. Always be careful with any knives and sharp blades, hot glues, super glues. So I was there for quite a while, shaving these sticks, creating sawdust and what I thought would make great bird nest material. Then I engraved the grain of the wood onto these popsicle sticks or stirrers or lollipop stick. I was there for a while. And then I proceeded to make a few holes once everything was done. I did the whole packet, but I didn't need so many. The clasp has its part for the top and its part for the bottom. Both parts are rounded. Glued on the first two, either side of the clasp, and then the first one which goes over the clasp, and then over the arch of the chest. Once everything was dry, I trimmed the edges off with my pliers. And we started to work on the ends. I cut some 3 centimeter long pieces and then glued them vertically along the edge. Then again, when it was dry, I trimmed the edges with my pliers. And I fit the pieces of wood around the spaces for the hinges. Because we unevened the edges of our bits of wood, the original chest may be visible. This is why we painted it. Once I had a couple of brown coats on the chest, I used another coat of black, but I did not use this evenly. I just brushed in some highlights. Please like and subscribe if you're enjoying this. We started painting with a very watery brown. This gets into all the details and starts to bring the box out. I applied a couple of watery coats of brown paint. I then used a much darker wash. Now we have the two tones. It's beginning to look not too bad at all. Now we need some edges for our chest, so we're going to replicate bronze type of metal. So we're going to use paper. So I cut these strips and we're going to paint them with a watery black. I practically dry paint this old gold colour onto the strips of black paper, and then I applied a little bit of new gold. Once these were dry, they needed to be folded in half. I decided to use a ruler along the middle line and fold up. That way I didn't have any diagonals. And we started to glue these on to all the edges. I actually glued one side first, left it to dry, and then glued the other side, so I had a nice right angle. On the curve of the chest, I needed to make some slits and tuck the paper underneath. Then the bands over the arch of the chest. And then around the edges. I did this in stages by doing all the long edges, letting them dry, then cutting off the excess and doing the adjacent edges. I'd like to thank you all at this stage for being here and watching this video. Please leave a comment with any ideas you might have. Leave a like, subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. We're going to need some nail heads for this chest. So I got my hole punch and some card and proceeded to punch out. Once I thought I had enough, I painted them with black paint. I then put them onto a different surface to dry, and then another surface for further dry. So back with some more trimming and back with some more sticking. I think you could use EVA foam for these metal parts here. I'm not sure how you would do the corners, but you could use strips of EVA foam. You can use any colour schemes here. I chose these colours because I like them, but you could make it pink and blue, or yellow and red, or any colour you like. Leave a comment with your favourite colours. Okay, now every chest has corners to it, so we're going to need to make ourselves some corners and some joins. But this I want to make simulating a different metal. So we have the bronze, now we're going for more of a coppery colour. I don't know what happened here, but my camera was out of focus. I'm making a template out of some thicker paper or card, and then proceed to cut them out and paint them. I fold these in half and then apply glue so they will stick firmly to the corners. I go over the whole chest and every corner. Please like and subscribe if you're enjoying this. I made these little L's off camera to go around the clasp and the hinges and the smaller details on the front and the back. These were the same copper colour. I put on a drop of glue and then placed the card on top. After a few seconds I press down with my finger and wipe away any excess glue. Now the clasp and the hinges need their part as well. Now our nail heads are finally dry, we can glue them on with our tweezers. One by one, we start to cover where there would be nails in an old wooden chest. This takes some time as well, but makes it start to pop. It's quite fiddly and time consuming, but I think it's worth it. We reassemble our chest, screwing in the screws of the hinges and the clasp once more. I then used a wash of white spirit and a drop of black oil paint, and I went around all of the joins between the wood and the metal. I went over a few times. Here I put a drop of super glue on the screws and I stuck on some diamonds and painted over them so the modern screws could not be seen. I start to dry brush the whole chest in a tan colour. I go over everything until I am happy with the result. Then I changed colour to a slightly more grey and I carried on again until I got the desired effect. Well, that's it everyone. Let's see how it turned out in the results. Well everybody, I hope you've enjoyed the video this week. I'll be back next week with another project. Please subscribe to my channel, give me a like and comment. Maybe the light is too bright. Leave me a comment, tell me what you think.